This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
You know, I'm sure there are many people that don't have the time to deal with this.
Testing roadblocks. We're working for you to find out why some people are running into problems when they get tested for COVID-19.
There's new help for renters hit hard financially by the pandemic. What you need to know before applying for this aid.
For months, Call 6 Investigates has been looking into the issue of discipline disparity in schools. Tonight, a plan to fix this problem in central Indiana's largest school district.
That's what this neighborhood needs. You know, they need somewhere to where if they can't make the school basketball team, then oh well, guess what? You make Pastor Pete's team.
There's still an effort to build a safe place for kids and teens to play sports and learn life skills on the southwest side, but it isn't a done deal. What's still needed to build a youth center?
Thanks for joining us here on the News at 6. I'm Mark Mullins reporting from home tonight.
And I'm Amanda Starantino at the WRTV studios.
First at 6, COVID-19 testing is crucial for identifying and treating people who are affected with the virus. But as thousands of people across Indiana get tested, some say the testing process is more confusing than they expected. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny is working for you, looking into those concerns and explains what you can do if you run into problems.
I have asthma and a few other underlying health conditions. I'm taking a cancer drug right now.
Carrie Banfield is at higher risk for getting sick, so she decided to get a COVID-19 test at this Walmart on US 31 on Indy's south side. It's one of the testing sites listed on the state's website.
Although I was supposed to get tested on June 1st, and I got an email that it was canceled, so that's why I rescheduled it to June 8th.
Carrie says she swabbed her nose, gave them the sample, and went on her way. She expected an email about her results in 3 to 5 days, as her paperwork showed. As the days passed, Carrie says she didn't get an email. She checked her spam, no email. She called customer service.
I left a message for somebody to call me back.
As she approached day 11 with no results, Carrie reached out to Call 6 Investigates about the delay.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm a fluke, maybe it didn't. Maybe mine just got messed up, but I thought somebody needs to check into it because it's not, it's not okay.
We reached out to the provider eTrue North, who told us Karen's specimen was posted to her account on June 9th, the day after her test. All of our testing participants receive an email notification when results are available for their review. At that time, the participant logs back into the website to review the results and print a report. We shared this information with Carrie, who says she never did get an email, but after several tries, she was able to log into the website to get her results. Carrie tested negative for COVID-19 and learned more about the results when clicking on that word. She found the testing process confusing and wants to share her story to help others.
I know elder people that don't really use the computer, aren't very computer savvy. So if I'm having difficulties, I can imagine what they're going through.
The provider says results typically take 3 to 5 days, and you should get an email from them. If you don't, try registering and logging on through the website doineedacovid19test.com. You can try calling their customer service number 1-800-317-1789, and their email is covid19@etruenorth.com.
I was trying to do my part, go get tested.
Kara Kenny, RTV6.
We are working for you to help you get through the testing process. We've also included links and phone numbers and how to get tested in this story on the RTV6 app and at the IndyChannel.com. An update now from Call 6 Investigates. The state says it will not release the specific number of deaths or cases at each individual nursing home and will not say which nursing homes have an outbreak of cases. Yesterday, the governor and state health commissioner rejected requests from Senate Democrats to collect and publish nursing home deaths and cases broken down by facility. Call 6 Investigates has been asking for the information since April. The state says it is tracking the information, but feels it is adequate to provide this information only to families with loved ones in nursing homes.
An update tonight on how COVID-19 is impacting Indiana. The State Department of Health reports 523 new COVID-19 cases today. That is that's 242 more cases than were reported yesterday. The exact reason for this increase is unclear, but look at the number of new tests today. Nearly 12,400 people, that's almost 7,000 more people than were tested yesterday. That could be a factor in the big jump in cases. The state also confirms 9 new COVID-19 deaths today. Since the pandemic began, 2,394 people in Indiana have died from the coronavirus. In total, more than 444,200 Hoosiers have been tested for COVID-19. 9.8% of them tested positive for it. And numbers from the state show that nearly 36% of Indiana's ICU beds are available. COVID-19 patients are using 11% of the ICU beds, and non-COVID-19 patients are using 53% of those beds, and nearly 83% of the state's ventilators are available.
The rental sector has been devastated.
But now some help for renters who may have been impacted by the pandemic. Governor Holcomb announcing $25 million in rent relief funds for Hoosiers across the state. Working for you, RTV6's Megan Sanctorum is taking a deeper look at this program to find out what you need to know before applying.
It's been a rough couple of months for thousands of Hoosiers like Deborah Biller.
I have been without employment for 3 months now.
The Monroe County resident is still waiting on unemployment assistance, and her bills keep coming, including rent.
Everything has stacked up. They said that they couldn't evict us, but that does not go away. It just stacks up against us.
But today, she's breathing a sigh of relief, knowing she could qualify for the state's COVID-19 rental assistance program, which will provide up to $500 per month for 4 months to help renters with ongoing payments and late fees.
I hear just tremendous concern from a lot of tenants about how they're going to pay it.
Attorneys specializing in renters' rights say this program could help a lot of people. One of the stipulations of it, though, your landlord has to agree to participate.
For most of them, this is going to be a positive. I'd be surprised if most landlords didn't sign off of it.
But he says there could be a few cases where they don't.
If, number one, if there's a problem tenant and they see this as their opportunity to move the tenant out at some point, or if the tenant has shown a history of not being able to pay or is so far behind, something along those lines.
But he says that's something most people shouldn't have to worry about. Renters like Deborah say if approved for the program, this could provide the financial break she and her son need.
It is so important. It means everything for us. We have nothing.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
The program will be available for renters in all counties except Marion, where there is a separate assistance program. You must have lost your job or part of your income because of COVID-19. Your current income must be less than it was before the pandemic, and you must not have received rental assistance from other sources. Applications will be accepted online starting July 13th. We have much more information about how to apply on our website, theindychannel.com. For months, Call 6 Investigates Kara Kenny has been digging into the problem of racial inequity and discipline disparity in schools. In fact, she's found that Indiana ranks 4th highest in the country when it comes to the rate of out-of-school suspensions for black teens in middle and high school. Black students make up 12% of the state's student population, yet they make up 26% of arrests on school property. Experts say this discipline disparity has lifelong impacts on black people in our state. And tonight, one IPS commissioner is promising changes to try to fix the issue in central Indiana's largest school district. Commissioner Vanita Moore's proposal includes working alongside IPS's superintendent and district leadership to address the disproportionate suspension and expulsion rates and develop a report and action plan for community review within the next 90 days. This strategy would also require all IPS police officers to attend racial equity training. Moore also wants IPS to launch a district-wide curriculum review to include civil rights education and training for students. Again, this is a proposal and will likely need approval from the IPS board before it can move forward.
Tonight, the effort to build a safe place where children can play basketball, learn life skills, and even get help with their homework is moving forward on the southwest side. But as our Nicole Griffin is finding out, this dream is not a reality yet, and help is needed to make it come to life.
Since 2017, there have been plans in place to build the Mars Hill Youth Center right here at the corner of Holt Road and Southern Avenue. And now they're finally close to making that goal a reality, but they still need community support.
Well, my son is a big basketball fan. Always wanted to play basketball.
When Shannon Singer-Mann learned about the Mars Hill Youth Basketball League, she signed up both her daughter and her son.
He's special needs, high risk. He's got a lung disease and a brain tumor.
But that didn't stop him from making this team. Pete Johnson started the basketball league where kids play at Stoutfield Elementary School in Wayne Township 2 years ago.
My son got a pep talk from Victor Oladipo because of the Mars Hill Youth Center. We've been to Pacer games because of the Mars Hill Youth Center. It's, and not just at Pacer games, down in the practice arena, practicing on the floor with Boomer and, so it's been amazing.
The best thing we can offer a child is a place where they feel like they belong.
The basketball league is just the first step. Johnson's vision is to create the Mars Hill Youth Center where kids can not only play sports, but have a safe place to come and learn.
Mars Hill is a community of blue-collar, working-class people. And frankly, a lot of them feel like this community has been left behind.
Several local businesses are stepping up to help. Johnson already has over 50% of the funding he needs for the building, but still needs even more community support.
We need you. We need you to step up and get your name on the side of this building.
If there are businesses out there that are looking for a good cause that's going to really lift a neighborhood up, lift these kids up, this is something they need to take a look at.
The center needs $150,000 to complete the project. Working for you, Nicole Griffin, RTV6.
And in this story on the RTV6 app and the IndyChannel.com, we will have a link to donate directly to the Mars Hill Youth Center. The goal is to have a groundbreaking for the center next month.
The number of people filing for unemployment in Indiana is back on the rise. The numbers out today from the Department of Labor show that almost 32,000 Hoosiers filed for first-time claims for unemployment during the most recent week ending on June 20th. That's an increase of more than 7,000 from the week before that. For perspective, that's more than 8 times the number of unemployment claims that were typically filed in a week before the COVID-19 pandemic. In the 14 weeks since the pandemic began, about 806,000 people in Indiana have filed for unemployment.
Since so many people are losing their jobs, our Hiring Hoosiers initiative is even more important as we try to show you available opportunities. Let's get to the job feed. Hiring Hoosiers partner Spherion will hold a drive-through job fair tomorrow. Spherion is looking for general warehouse workers, manufacturing associates, forklift operators, screen print techs, shipping associates, picker packers, and more. The drive-through job fair goes from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow at Spherion's South Indianapolis office at 4625 South Emerson Avenue. United States Army recruiters in the Indianapolis area will participate in the Army's first nationwide virtual hiring campaign with the goal of attracting 10,000 new soldiers over 3 days next week. The campaign will last from June 30th to July 2nd, according to a news release from the U.S. Army. We've got those details on how to apply in this story at hiringhoosiers.com. And to learn more about these jobs and apply, go to the Hiring Hoosiers Facebook page and hiringhoosiers.com. And this week, we've been trying to help you ease your stress over the pandemic before you seek out professional help. We show you how your kitchen and your phone could help calm you down.
Let's light a candle to set the mood. The right scent can change an entire room. We'll show you one place that's open and ready to help you design your very own experience.
And I'm sure you've heard thunderstorms are likely this weekend. I'll try to be more helpful than that. We'll get into some of the timing and the difficulty with that coming up.
Or come by today.
Our Rebound Indiana effort is working to make sure you get the resources you need to get through this COVID-19 pandemic.
And that includes mental health support. This week, we've been sharing with you advice from a psychiatrist at Ascension St. Vincent about the anxiety felt by many throughout the pandemic. If you're feeling extra anxious lately, Dr. Mitesh Patel says there are a few things you can do for yourself before seeking out a professional for help. One method begins in your kitchen.
I would recommend people try to do whatever they can outside of medications or therapy to try to help with how they're feeling. And one of those things is our dietary changes. The Mediterranean diet seems to be the diet that people do the best with in terms of their mental health. So not surprisingly, it's the same as cardiovascular health. So Mediterranean diet can certainly help offset some of that anxiety and depression people might be experiencing.
You can also rely on your phone for coping techniques. Dr. Patel says there are several apps you can download to ease your anxiety levels. And there are cognitive behavioral therapy appointment options online as well.
There are many applications, iOS or Android, that can help with anxiety and depression. Interestingly, the VA has put out the most apps that are free. Some of those are Breathe to Relax, T2 Mood Tracker, Virtual Hope Box. There also are some pay versions of those apps like Headspace, or there's some mindfulness applications. Those all can be really helpful in helping people be less anxious by using those tools. And since we all spend a lot of time on our phones anyway, we might as well make that like a productive use of our time. There are several companies that offer CBT through an online medium. This often does not involve actually talking to somebody face to face, but more going through a piece of software that achieves the same goal.
Dr. Patel also recommends bibliotherapy, reading books to help with your own mental health. You can find all of Dr. Patel's advice from this week, plus mental health resources available to you right now at theindychannel.com/rebound. Kevin.
As you look at the probability of rain here over the next several days, particularly Saturday, Sunday, Monday, it looks overwhelming. You think, okay, there's not going to be any dry weather. That's not true. I think we'll have plenty of dry hours. It's just likely we'll get some thunderstorms. The timing, for example, Friday is most likely late overnight Friday into Saturday morning, and then later in the day on the Saturday. More on that in a second. Temperatures with the humidity, it will feel quite uncomfortable. It'll be about as humid as it gets. The humidity levels top of the scale, and that really won't change a whole lot until early next week. That high humidity is part of the process in building the thunderstorms and providing the heavy rain potential that would come with it. 85 with thunderstorms around as we get to Saturday. That's cooler by about 5 degrees from what we expect tomorrow. 84 with more scattered thunderstorms on Sunday. Let's pick up the timing. I think some thunderstorms fading Saturday morning. Now we jump to 1 o'clock in the afternoon to about 7. Thunderstorms starting to blossom in the late afternoon. That will continue between 7 and 11 with a line of showers and thunderstorms. A couple of those may have gusty winds. They would all have some heavy rainfall. We've talked about the Saharan dust through the week as it made its trek across the Atlantic. It's reached the Gulf Coast. It looks like any impact for us will be south of the Ohio River, so not much of an impact on the Hoosier State. And you may say, well, how does dust from the Sahara get to Indiana? The prevailing winds are what we call the easterlies or trade winds, blow from east to west across the Atlantic in a band about anywhere from the equator to 30 degrees north latitude, and that's the steering current that brings the dust. It's not unusual, it's just been a little thicker than normal. We had some showers, those have faded away. We're in the 80s now. It's 77 though in Zionsville. There's the veil of cloud cover. Warmest day is tomorrow. 90 in Indy, 92 along the Wabash River. As you look at the 7-day planner again, that consistent chance for rain. We'll find some dry stretches in there, but if you have outdoor plans Saturday or Sunday, you may be interrupted, especially in the afternoon into the evening hours. That's the steamy 7-day forecast.
Thank you, Kevin. From the smell of fresh cut grass to a warm apple pie, different scents can spark a little something inside each of us.
Yeah, one local shop is giving its customers a chance to flicker of creativity to create memories of their own. Brad Brown now with an inside look.
Right now, we could all use a moment of serenity. At Penn and Beach, you can find a little bit of your own comfort, one wick at a time.
It's memory and making your space comfortable, ambient lighting. It's warm, it's cozy.
Brianna Doles opened her shop near the corner of College Avenue and Mass Ave a couple years ago. It all started as a hobby, making candles at home.
Some of my friends were even coming down in the basement and customizing their own scented candles. And we started out with 10 oils. Now we're up to, 100, 120.
Penn and Beach features a pour your own candle experience. Each guest gets to customize their fragrance, choosing from more than 100 scents.
Scent is a lot of memory. So they'll be like, I want to make mom's favorite perfume, or I was at this hotel in Chicago and I want to make it smell just like that. That's their favorite part.
A variety of shapes and sizes of candles are available. A fresh pour of soy-based wax sets up in a couple of hours. Penn & Beach also offers more than 100 pre-made options. The shops were closed for about 8 weeks this spring, but Brianna says customer demand remains strong.
The community support was amazing. We were having about 20 to 30 orders a day. So we were in the shop fulfilling 2, 3, 4 days a week. That kept us afloat.
And each flicker of the flame can bring a little peace during challenging times.
We had a lot of custom notes on our online orders saying, this is getting me through quarantine. I've learned that when I sit down at the office, I need to create a new space, so they'll light up a candle and it takes them out of their home into a new environment.
Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
Looks great, Brad. Thank you. Along with their Mass Ave location, Penn & Beach have another shop located in Carmel's Midtown Plaza. That's right along the Monon Trail, by the way. Penn & Beach is open Tuesday through Sunday. To make a reservation or place an order, you can visit their website. RTV6 News at 6 is right after this.
Use disorders, treatment, and recovery.
Evansville will show the way to temperatures around 90 tomorrow in central Indiana. They're at 88 right now. Our temperature tomorrow afternoon with a little more humidity hits 90 degrees. Amanda?
Thank you for making RTV6 your choice for news. Join us again for the news at 7.